This week's Torah reading introduces the mitzvah of Kiddush HaChodesh, the mitzvah of sanctifying the new month. This is such an important mitzvah that Rashi even suggests in the very first Rashi of the Torah that this mitzvah could have started the Torah. What is it about this mitzvah? What is so special about Kiddush HaChodesh that would lead Rashi to such a suggestion? Perhaps it lies in the special nature of Rosh Chodesh. You see, Rosh Chodesh only happens if the Beit Din, if the leadership of Bnei Yisrael declare it so. They have to investigate the witnesses and cross-examine them to make sure that they actually did see the new moon. But once they are convinced that the new moon did appear, they have to declare Rosh Chodesh. And if they don't declare Rosh Chodesh, well, then there is no Rosh Chodesh. This idea serves as a paradigm for all the other mitzvot of the Torah, and that is personal responsibility. The personal responsibility upon the leadership of Bnei Yisrael to formulate and to shape the nature of the mitzvah observance of the Jewish people. The religious life of the Jewish people of Am Yisrael does not happen by accident, does not happen on its own. It must be formed, and it must be directed by the leadership. And so this mitzvah of Kiddush HaChodesh, which only happens, again, if the religious leadership of the Jewish people declare it so, is a paradigm for the rest of the Torah. And so Rashi suggests that it could have even begun the Torah. It could have even been the first thing that we learned because it's so important. This idea that the religious life of a community, of a nation, needs to be formed and shaped by its leadership is so fundamental that it could have started out the entire Torah. And there's another very important and beautiful idea involved in the mitzvah of Kiddush HaChodesh. The Torah says, HaChodesh hazeh lachem Rosh Chodashim. And the Gemara teaches us that an individual does not have the power, does not have the right to declare the new moon. It can only be the Beit Din. It can only be those who represent all of Am Yisrael. And so here the Torah is teaching us that our spiritual strength is in our unity. Our ability to build strong spiritual lives or successful spiritual lives is in our ability to work together toward that goal. All Jews working together toward that goal. So this mitzvah of Kiddush HaChodesh, of sanctifying the new moon, of declaring the new moon and Rosh Chodesh, and in its wake all of the Jewish holidays which depend on the declaration of the first of the month, teach us these very important lessons. One, the responsibility that the community, that the religious leadership of the community has in shaping the spiritual life, and the importance of that, and the recognition that these things do not happen by accident. And the idea that our spiritual strength is in our unity. Our communities are very diverse. We all have very different approaches to our Judaism, but our ability to reach great spiritual heights comes when we work together, when we help each other reach our desired goals. These are two aspects of Kiddush HaChodesh, and perhaps some of the reasons why Rashi even suggested that this mitzvah could be a mitzvah that starts the entire Torah, because it serves as a paradigm for religious life for the entire Jewish people. Shabbat Shalom.